You know, I had this vision where God was showing me that he was with me every step of the way. I was a little girl and I was walking out of this house onto a sidewalk. And as I was walking, I looked to the left and there were some people playing either volleyball or badminton or something like that. And I was getting ready to stop and play, but I could not. I had to keep going on that particular road, on that particular sidewalk. And then I saw this dark cloud, and then I walked through it. Then I saw another dark cloud, but this one was thicker. This one was really rough, and I couldn't see, and I was getting confused, and it seemed like I was going to be trapped there. But then somebody grabbed me and yanked me out of that particular cloud. And so there was another one where a cloud, and I just kind of walked through that one. Lots of clouds, obviously. And so at one point on the walk, I just sat down. It's like I wasn't going back. I wasn't trying to go forward. I just needed to sit down because maybe possibly I was tired. And then I got myself up and I kept walking. And so this time I saw a cloud and it was thick, but I can also see that there was a trench underneath it. Underneath the cloud. And if I had walked further, I would have fallen in the trench. So I jumped over the trench. And so I kept walking, and then it seemed like the trench was following me. But I kept ahead of the trench. And so eventually I got to this plane. It looked like a little crop duster. And I got in, I started the engine. But remember, the trench is following me. So the plane with me in it dropped into this trench. And so the engine was running, remember? All I did was pull up the handle, the steering toward the sky. And then I pulled up and then I was just in the sky, in the plane, piloting the plane. Yeah, there was some darkness behind, but I kept moving. I kept my eyes going and I could see the sun. And so what this vision told me was how God has been there every step of the way. When I was tired, I sat down. When I was going through dark moments, I made my way through it. When I went through the cloud and it looked like I wasn't going to make it out of that particular cloud, he pulled me out because he's not going to give me or put me in a situation that I can't get through. He's going to help in that situation that I needed extra strength. And so as I jump over the trench, the enemy is always trying, or a person's trying, or life is trying to get me to fall, to get me to crumble, to get me to stop. But I never did. I always stayed ahead of the game. And even when I was in the plane getting ready to take off and the plane itself fell, the project failed with me in it, the business or whatever failed with me in it as I was going on, I pulled back the reins and aimed toward the sky and I looked up. And so the plane and whatever it was that I was piloting or guiding or leading, we stayed ahead of the cloud. So I don't know if this vision hits anybody. I hope it does. But he's been with you every step of the way. Nothing happened by accident. And if you would look back, you will find those places where you were in that thick cloud like I was, and he yanked you out because he's not going to give you anything that you can't bear. So the future looks bright. It looks bright like it did when I was in that plane. Just aim forward. Just go forward. Just go forward and you'll land where you're supposed to be. So yes, I do understand the clouds. I went through them myself. I do understand almost falling in the ditch. I do understand starting something and it looks like it's going to go down with you. But he's given you wisdom. He's given you a mindset to conquer. He's given you a mindset to go fly that plane. Just trust God. He's been there every step of the way, the good and the bad. And please remember if you're blaming him for anything, that's not his fault. The things that happen to you are not his fault. We live in this world and things are going to happen to all of us. He said that trouble is going to happen. But know that you have overcome the world. He has overcome the world. So be encouraged to know you didn't fall in the trench. He grabbed you out of the cloud and you kept ahead. And most importantly, when you needed to sit down, you sat down. I don't know if this vision resonates with anybody. Hopefully it does. But if you look back over your life and you kind of think things over, you know you've been blessed. You know you've been covered by God.